Well, when I think about chili, sometimes I think about football season, sometimes I think about winter, but then I think like chili's good year round, right? So we're gonna make a chili called confetti chili, and what makes it confetti chili is we're going to use some white and yellow corn. So I got some nice corn here that's going to go in it, and what's even better about this is we're going to make it in the crock pot, which means you don't have to pay a lot of attention to it, and you can serve it right from the crock pot when it's done and it stays warm. So it's sort of a nice idea in that respect. So I'm going to set the corn out here for a minute, and what I did was I bought stew meat. So I got 2 pounds of stew meat, and the stew meat is still cut up pretty chunky, but it's good to start this way. You can get chuck roast or whatever you like, but this works pretty good. So you got these big pieces here. These are already cut up a little bit, as you can see. And I'll just show you how I cut them. I mean, it's not brain surgery, that's for sure. So all you gotta do is be careful, cut them right down the middle, and then cut them again, just like little chunks like that. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna cook it on high for about 4 hours. And if you wanna cook it on low for 8 hours, you can do that too. But you want to give the meat enough time to really cook and fall apart. Now you could put it in there like this, just raw, which would be fine. But what I think you should do is we should brown the meat a little bit. It's one extra step. It's a little messy, but I think it's not a bad idea. So we're going to take our meat, put it in here, and come over here to the pan. A little bit of oil, a little bit of meat. And we're going to brown it up. It's only going to take about 5 or 6 minutes. Don't overcrowd the pan. Just use about that much to begin. And we're going to toss it all and cook it up until it's nice and colored. Maybe just a little bit of salt, and this will take about 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, the last of it's browned, and it took a couple extra minutes, but I got to tell you folks, if you do that, it adds another layer to it. It would cook the same raw, but you get another layer of flavor. A little bit of salt on there, and you brown it up, and it's ready to go. So we got that in there. That's 2 pounds. 2 pounds of stew meat or chuck roast, whatever you like. And now we're going to put the rest of it in. So we've got some Italian-style organic tomatoes, stewed tomatoes. We're just going to drop them right in there. No problemo. Got another jar of tomatoes here. So when you read the recipe, it's going to say certain kind of tomatoes. But when you go to the store, you're not always going to find a certain kind of tomatoes, so it doesn't really matter, just so they're chopped up already for you. And you get different flavors. They can be spicy, they can be Italian, it doesn't matter. They can be Mexican, that'd be really good, right? This is what we're using. We're using what we have, and that's the cool thing about this recipe. And then beans. So I've got some nice kidney beans here. Put those in there. Ordinarily, if I put the kidney beans in a salad or something like that, I would drain them and rinse them because, well, they're just easier to digest that way. Let me put it that way. Okay, so we got that, right? So now we're going to put in some chili powder. So chili powder, I got a couple kinds here. I got the kind you find in the grocery store all the time, and I got the one you get at Penzeys. The Penzeys ones, they're really good. There's about 3 different kinds. They're not cheap, but boy, they are good. You get really good results. This is like old school. You've used this before. It's pretty good. You can depend on it. So here it is right here. I drop that in. Cayenne. Now I got a lot of cayenne in this recipe. If you don't like it real hot, maybe start really slow with that. Don't only use half. And then we got cumin. Cumin is a great flavor. That's that background flavor in chili that everybody loves. And then we've got the confetti. So here's the confetti part of our chili. We're going to drop that in, and we're going to give this a little stir. And then we need a little liquid. So here it is, salsa. This is the big secret right here. This will really save you a lot of trouble. This is medium spice. So if you like things not too spicy, medium's a good idea, even mild, because we've got that cayenne and other peppers in here. But this is going to really make the chili have a great authentic taste and feel. So we got that in there. Stir it with this. So just put it together like this. So you can do for 8 hours on low. I'm going to put it on high for 4 hours. Like that. And we'll be back in 4 hours. Okay, so this is the one that cooked for 4 hours on high. And it's got a really nice look here. So we're going to put some in a bowl here, give it a little try. So I've got some condiments here we can put on it. If you cook it for the 8 hours on low, sometimes the meat even gets even more tender. But this is a great way to do it. Remember, you don't have to brown it. If you brown it, you're going to get that extra layer of flavor. I think that's always a good thing. The corn, you can get it in a can or frozen. In the recipe, it says frozen. But this is one of those things you just throw anything in here, and I'll tell you what, it's going to come out pretty good. Make sure you taste the salsa first so it's not too hot, because you're putting some chili powder in there too. And make sure you use medium if you like medium. If you like it hot, put a little hotter. But you can always put a little sour cream on here. So I like that idea a lot. I'm gonna put a little cheese from way up here. A little herb here, cilantro. Gotta have that right. And how about this? Is this a good idea, folks? You tell me. We'll give this thing a little taste here. Always have to check it, right? It's delicious. I think you'll like this one. It's a great one. Confetti chili.